Right, we're about to add it to the stream. All right, let me put my headphones on. All right. Can you hear me, Lorenzo? All right, all right, all right. So those of you that are getting ready to come into the room with us, this is get in the box. Now, my name is Martu Lamar Moore, aka Uncle Deuce, and to my right of the screen is Larenzo Tomaz of not Bite the Nickel, Random Radio Podcast. Introduce yourself, Lorenzo.
What's going on? It's Lorenzo Tomaz here from Random Radio. Many of you all know me from hosting the radio show for many years. So we've played many of you guys' music. It was a great time. YouTube shut that all down real quick. As soon as DistroKid came around, that's a whole nother story. But now we have the Random Radio Podcast Show, which is on YouTube and BitChute. You can catch all the episodes where we talk about different things, random things you need to know. Fantastic show, full of information. We've been out of commission for a little bit. We're coming back with some new episodes this week. So you guys might want to tune into that. Yeah. Immediately start doing that at YouTube. And type in at rrpshow at gmail.com. Or just type in at rrpshow to any Google search. And then it'll all come up. It'll all come up.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. And as y'all know, I'm Uncle Deuce. From Bite to Nickel Radio to Frequency, BDM Radio Network. Y'all know me. Y'all been supporting the brother for a very long time. Appreciate it. Please go subscribe to Random Radio. I would say go to his YouTube. He has a lot of different content, trust me, okay? And a lot of things you would want to know, okay? Now, let me put this together here, okay? Because I'm sharing the show with groups right now, but the concept of the show is basically we're going to tell you the truth, okay? How you like it, we're going to tell you the truth. Whether you like it or not, we're going to tell you the truth, okay? I got to look in the camera. I'm not used to being in the camera, okay? We're going to tell you the motherfucking truth, okay? You don't like it, you can go to the next Facebook Live, okay? If you easily so offended by the things and the words we use, go on to the next Facebook Live. Make it easier on yourself, okay? So, you know what they say? Save yourself, motherfucker, okay? Yes, this is kind of like a no holds barred type deal, all right? We're going to give you information. But not only are we going to give you information and truth, we also going to give you a solution. Now, later on, as the show picks up, in its popularity, we're going to invite people into the box to discuss how they feel. But right now, we need an introduction. We're going to go back and forth between two platforms, Facebook and YouTube. Whoever is the more responsive, that is going to be the platform we are going to stay on, okay? But with that being said, there's a lot going on in America, and a lot of things in America are like, it's getting heated. It's getting hot. Okay. It's really getting hot. And Lorenzo, this country looks like it's about to go down just like Rome. I want to pick your brain. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I want to talk about Rome for a second. Okay. And I want you to be able to kind of like compare Rome to now and how everything is dwindling, because America is beginning to look like Rome. Can you do that for me? Can you like put in a comparison module here of what then and versus now? Give a little people a little history lesson.
I mean, Rome. We all know Rome fell apart. I don't think many people know that Rome fell apart from within. The outside groups were only able to come in and destroy Rome simply because, you know, the people had already decided that they had given up on government, and there were lots of things happening within inside social issues, governmental issues. I think we have that going on now, but I don't think that we're 100% like Rome. I mean, there's been other civilizations that have fallen apart, since Rome in America. Spain and France before the Revolution. So you had all these different nations that fell apart. I don't know if America is actually Rome. America could actually just be, just having its own reckoning. I think each kingdom, empire, or whatever, is going to have its own reckoning. I don't think they'll all be the same. So I mean, it could be similar to Rome, but I don't know if it's exactly like Rome. I know
why you say that? Because I think it is. I really do. I really think there is a lot of similarities that look the same. From the state of power, from the emperor to the senate to the people. I think it all really is the same. But you have a different take that you have pretty much, you know, made me do my own research. You know what I'm saying? And did like the comparison. And I'm like, it looks pretty much the same, bro. It really does.
It is similar. I don't know if it's the actual same. I don't know if and not saying that like they're the same, like the same problems are happening, but I mean things are similar. You do have a government that's pretty chaotic. You do have the people are not really concerned with what's going on in government. They're more concerned with all the other spectacles that are happening. And, so I mean, those are true, but those things also happened in Spain, as Spain was, losing its power, which led to the 1492 trip over here with Columbus. And then, I just think that it's many civilizations that have had these problems. I just think that what America is going through is that it's as large as Rome was. I guess its far reach and its influence is as big as Rome. So its fall off will be similar to Rome's because it's probably going to happen the same way. It's not just going to fall apart. A nation will come in, take over. The people won't even realize that the nation is being taken over. They'll think that this is all just normal. So that'll probably happen, and that's what happened to Rome. So
why do you think it'll be just normal to the people? Do you think it's because the people have given this power over to the government, like their own power?
Yeah, the people aren't paying attention. They don't care. They're too concerned with everything else that's going on. They can't wrap their minds around what's actually going on in front of them. So and this is all the people. This is everybody. This is black, white, gay, straight, hetero, homosexual. Everybody is just so wrapped up in nonsense. They can't see the true issues. So they're too wrapped up in nonsense. So they can't even think straight. So it's unfortunate.
Why do you think people just can't think straight? I mean, I see it on a daily basis. Like, people really do move slow and they really do think slow. But I mean, why do you think they're not concerned of wanting to think straight?
I don't know if people don't want to think straight. I think that I think that a lot of people are beginning to think more critically, especially in the past 4, maybe 3 years. A lot of people have started to think things critically and see things differently. But I think that they have different circles and social groups that they belong to, that they are loyal to, that they don't want to be ostracized from. So thinking critically sometimes means you think differently than those groups. And those people are afraid to voice those opinions. I mean, one of the things that Matthew McConaughey said is that, it appears that all of Hollywood hates Donald Trump, but there's a lot of Hollywood people who actually 100% agree with everything that he did as a president, but they can't say it because it won't get work in Hollywood. I think that's the same way with a lot of musicians. I think there are some musicians who don't like Donald Trump. I think there are some who have, especially record execs, who are like, I don't have anything against this man. So I think it's the same way with African Americans, some homosexuals, some women. I think there's a lot of people who supported Trump. There's a lot of people who do not support Black Lives Matter, who are of all races. I think there are people who, the general consensus is that everyone should hate Trump. Everyone should support Black Lives Matter. All these different things that you have to be a part of. I mean, I've noticed that even with the abortion thing, there are more people who are in the middle on that issue versus being so far right or so far left. I think that the media appears to show us people who are either far right or far left, but the majority of Americans are in the middle on that issue.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is far right and what is far left? And then what is so far gone?
Well, I think far left and far right are probably so far gone. But a far right person would be somebody who's a radical extremist. They believe in QAnon. They believe that there's nothing that Trump could do that's bad. They don't even see the Republican Party objectively. Everything is left and right with them. But it's the opposite on the left side too. Those people only see the Democratic Party as the saviors of everyone. Nothing that they could do is evil or wrong. And I shouldn't say evil. Nothing that they could do is wrong. And then you have people on the far left who believe that abortion should be used as birth control. And then you have those on the far right who believe that nobody should get an abortion. And as you talk to more Americans, you start finding out that no matter what they are, Christian, atheists, Democrat or Republican, most people believe the same thing, that women should have the right to have abortions, and that that it shouldn't be used for birth control, but the privilege should be given to women, and that if the states have the rule over it, then that's fine, as long as they don't take away the ability for women to get abortions. And that's really what most people feel.
Okay. Do you think the states should handle that issue by itself versus the federal mandate?
Well, I have a potato in the oven, so I'm gonna have to go and take it out. So I'm gonna have to leave you hanging on that one for a moment. Just give me a moment.
All right, that's why it's beefing. It sounds like my motherfucking microwave here at home. God damn it! Said. Matter of fact, hey y'all, we gonna be right back. Right back. I forgot something myself. Shit. This is a good first episode. That's what I'm talking about. Is that? Yeah, what's up, Karen? Glad that you could show up. You know what I'm saying? Glad you could show up. And as you could tell, I'm doing my thing, okay? So, hey. Now, most of y'all that's probably skimming through Facebook in the groups, looking at what you're looking at, and you wondering if you should, pop in and say hi and or speak your piece. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Speak your piece, because we gonna speak our piece just as well. Okay? Just as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, comment, say hi. You know what I'm saying? Roll up if you need to. Go pour you a glass of wine, whatever your favorite drink is, okay? Because we going to have fun too, all right? But at the same time, we going to get down to the issues, okay? Because Lorenzo hates it when I say we retarded. But when I say we retarded, we we got jokes, okay? We got jokes. The way we go about jokes is so oh, now I got my headphones back on because just in case you was talking. Was you talking?
No.
Mm. Is
All
that
right, so
potato? Is that potato good?
it's ready. It's ready to go.
But you got some chimes, some whipped cream.
All right, no whipped cream. No whipped cream on your potato.
Oh, no whipped cream. Sour
Sour
cream.
cream.
Oh,
Sour.
okay. You know what the fuck I was talking about.
Whipped cream sounds nasty on a potato.
For sure. For sure. Um, so I guess the first thing on our list really want to do is
Didn't you ask me something? You asked me something before I left.
yeah, I forgot. I was high. So just let you know, we gonna get to it. So while we eating it and while I'm rolling up, we gonna get down to the nitty gritty, okay? Um, what what do you think about Joe Biden and Donald Trump? The
Oh, I
explain.
remember. I remember the question that you asked me to.
Oh, you did?
I do
Okay.
remember.
Okay. What's the question?
But go ahead. Go ahead. The question was, what do I think about the states having the rights, the right to determine abortions, I guess, or to make the decision on abortions.
Correct. Yeah. Let's go ahead and hit that in the head real quick while we, indulging ourselves over here. You know what I'm saying?
I think that well, initially I think that first off, I think that we have an episode at Random Radio about the truth about Roe versus Wade. You guys can go and check that up right now. The video is up at our Facebook page as well. You can also type in Random Radio Podcast Show on your Facebook search. This should come up. Big purple R. That's us. But we have an episode on this where we talk about how this became a thing. And so I'll just say this. I'll make it quick.
Mm-hmm.
First thing is I don't think that the privilege to determine what a woman does with her body should have ever been brought to the legislation in the first place.
Right.
That's one. Secondly, I think that that the states should have the rights, since it has been placed into the hands of the state governments. It should be the states' right and not a federal mandate across the board.
Okay. Now, why is it a very good thing that the federal don't want to deal with it?
Well, the federal government does want to deal with it. The Supreme Court has decided that it is not constitutional. There's no constitutional bounds for Roe versus Wade, which is true. The Constitution does not grant you the ability to determine what you do or what you don't do with your body.
Now that is fact, correct?
Yeah, that's fact. I mean, the Constitution does not. This is a bad example, but I mean, we'll just use it for the example of abortion. The Constitution doesn't determine what a man does with his penis, right? If he wants to get his penis cut off, the Constitution doesn't say you cannot take your anatomy or take a piece of your body parts off of you, or you must consult with someone. Now, women obviously have to consult with someone because this is a little bit different. It is still taking a part of them out. I think that the issue becomes a problem when people start trying to determine whether a child is a child or not as a fetus, or if they are a child with heartbeat. And I think that is a determination that comes up to the woman. I think that if she wants to abort that child, that is her decision, or the husband or the boyfriend, if he's around, that's his decision. But I think
so the boyfriend got a right to that decision.
If he's around. I mean, if he has chosen to be in the child's life, yes, sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if he's decided that he doesn't want to be a part of that situation at all, then it's up to the woman. However, I mean, I do think that since the states have now been brought into the argument, yes, it should be back on the states. It shouldn't be the federal government. I don't think the federal government should have any say-so in any laws that deal with the states. I don't think they should. I think they should stay out of dealing with any laws that are statewide.
Can I ask one question?
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to give me an honest answer. Wouldn't it just be kind of easier if we just stopped fucking for a while?
No, not at all. That would be terrible.
Real talk.
I
You
mean,
think you why?
what's that? I mean, what's that gonna do?
I mean, because then we won't have so many babies, okay? And then not only that, you ain't got to worry about child support.
Well, I mean,
Hold
I don't
on,
think.
hold on. You ain't got to worry about, you know, if the girl is out there spending money and she ain't got to be spending. You know what I'm saying? Then on the other hand, the nigga ain't got to worry about if he got a baby mama. I'm just saying. I mean, if we just start fucking, we'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? For a certain moment of time. You know what I'm saying? Make right decisions. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I don't think that's gonna do that. I think
What's
it'll just be a new set of problems.
a new set of problems?
Yeah, it'll just be a new set of problems.
Can you name a few? Can you name a few?
People will probably get angry.
About what?
They're probably because they can't release that energy that they need through sex. You'll probably have more homosexuality.
It's not energy to them. It's a nut.
You'll probably just have more homosexuality then,
Um,
because people are gonna have sex, or people will just get fixed. They'll just say, "Fuck it, I'll get a vasectomy," and then women will say, I'll just get hysterectomies. I won't have to worry about having kids."
Oh, y'all that go through that part of your life is hell.
Well, if there are some women out there who are going through hysterectomies, let me know. I do have some amnion that you can put on your scars that will help with healing. It does scar adhesion, so you got it at a good price. We'll find out if it's we'll find out if it's approved at your hospital, and then we'll get it in.
Just
Hey,
get
so I got some. I'm gonna go in the front and grab it before the show is over. I'm gonna go grab some so people can see it.
Please.
We're pressing these up right here at Random Radio. We're pressing them up. We've got dried amnion. We're deriving this straight from babies, straight from women as they have their babies. We're getting their placentas donated to us, and we're pressing that amnion down into a sheet of paper so that you can put on your hysterectomies for healing properties. It's true. The amnion has healing properties in it. It's got antimicrobial, serious anti-inflammatory.
Stop it,
This is
man.
true.
Stop.
Cuts down on infection, cuts down on pain, helps migrate cells to that area to get blood flowing.
Oh, ladies, you better tune in. I'm telling you, he gonna tell you everything.
We got some amnion. We pressing that shit up right over here.
Okay, let me ask you this question, bro. Why is everybody so mad about Donald Trump? Okay. Now, this is regardless if you are a Trump supporter or a Joe Biden supporter. Okay. Real talk. I mean, the one in blue can't barely see, but he 97 years old. So hey, I guess he doing the best he can. But yeah, Larenzo, what do you think about why people hate Donald Trump? Like you got to break it down to me. You don't eat with your mouth full. Okay, take a bite, bro. That's a long pause. I'll hit. I turn your mic on. Turn your mic on. That's why nobody can hear you. Oh, he said, wait a minute. All right. Yeah.
I had to find the stream back on the tabs. I couldn't find I got too much shit going on.
Oh, okay.
All right. So why do people hate Donald Trump? Is that what you asked me?
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta show that comment. That would be pent up aggression if niggas can't fuck.
Yeah,
That's Keith. What up? What up, Keith?
he's telling the
What's
truth.
up, cuz? What's up, cuz?
That's true.
Man. Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. I agree with you, bro. Where we at? All right. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you
What?
think people hate Donald Trump so much?
Well, I mean, I think there's a few reasons. I don't think that it's just one. I think there are some people who never liked him to begin with.
Right.
They were never fans of his to begin with. So him becoming president, just it was just like icing on the cake for them. Like there's some people who liked him on The Apprentice, didn't like his demeanor on the campaign trail, didn't care for the kind of person that he was during the campaigns. I think that they kind of felt like he was inappropriate. Then I think you have people who caught up in the hype, who got all caught up in the idea that all the whatever people said about him, it must be true. I think you got those people.
Yeah.
And then I think you just have people who just don't like him because he's, on
Not politically correct.
he's on the Republican side, and they just don't like him.
Can I? Yeah, I got to do this. I got to do this, bruh. Can you tell us the truth about the Democratic Party?
What about him? What is the truth?
What is the truth about the Democratic Party? Is it true that they don't really help black folks?
I mean, you can see that they don't really help black folks. I mean, you know what I think.
Why do people not see that shit?
You know what I think. My theory about the Democratic Party is this. I don't think that the Democratic Party is nefarious. Like I don't think that they're doing anything intentionally to be disrespectful to the black community per se. I don't think.
Wait. But this motherfucker got on national TV and said the word nigga.
Who did? Who did?
Joe Biden.
When was this? When did he do this?
It's sad. And
when did he do this? When did this happen?
Man. How many months ago was this? He was doing a press conference. He's supposed to be watching the teleprompter.
Okay. Okay.
And he goes through this part of his speech, and then boom, he says the word nigga. I'm like, hold up.
I mean, he said it how? Like he just busted out and just said nigga out of nowhere?
The same way he muffled every motherfucker else on the motherfucking stage.
Also, maybe he didn't say nigga. Maybe he said something else.
No.
Okay.
This ain't no made up. No. Even the camera can't fuck up that word. Okay. All right. But the history of these jokers.
Well, the history. Well, when you think, hold on, the history of the Democratic Party is not a party that's been against black people, right? I mean, you do have different. I think it's so. I'm not a Democrat, but I think it's unfair when people talk about the Democratic Party and then they try to compare the Democratic Party of today with the Democratic Party that owned slaves. I think that's unfair because that's not the same party. They're not the same party. They're not the same people. Like the same way with the Republicans of that time period and not the Republicans of today. They're not the same. They've changed. Actually, and what people don't know is that actually the Republicans of that time period became the Democrats of today. They became them. So that's all that changed is that group. Because that group, those Republicans are pretty radical. They were doing some pretty radical shit.
You got some timelines in there, uh
What you mean?
about how they switched and shit?
Oh, I mean, it happens around the 1900s and like the 1890s. You get the radical Republicans, and I mean, there's a lot of issues that start to come with the Reconstruction of the South, and issues with railroads and antitrust laws, and it just leads to the radical Republicans becoming more social, more socialist in their views. And so they became the new progressive Democrats of the 1930s were the radical Republicans. That's all they just changed. They just switched over. I mean, it's not even a switch. It's like they just became a part of this party because they aligned more with the ideas of that party. But all that happened was Dixiecrats, who were Democrats in the South, they aligned more with old conservative values. So they just became more Republican because Republicans are more conservative. But I think it's unfair to compare and try to say things like, oh, the Democrats who own slaves are the same Democrats of today. I think it's unfair. I mean, like I said, I don't support the Democratic Party, but I don't like that comparison because they're not the same. Okay. But what is true is that the Democrats have always been about votes.
Votes.
Right.
That's a key word.
Right. They've been about votes. They don't care about issues. They use the issues to get the votes.
Ain't that how you create a actual scam?
No, the people will go for it. The people should be more. See, once again, and I say this on my show all the time. Is it the politicians who are dumb, or is it the people who are dumb? Because the people put the politicians in place, and then even when they fuck up, the people then put the politicians back in place. They don't say, okay, I'm going to vote you out this time because you were bad the last 4, 8, 16 years. They say, nope, maybe you'll get it right on year 24. So I'm going to put you back in because this is probably going to help. Because as long as you have a D or an R next to your name, I support you. I support you. So that's the people's fault, though. They're dumb. So if Republicans are not happy with Mitch McConnell, then they should vote Mitch McConnell out, and they should vote for a Green Party, a Libertarian, an Independent, hell, a Democrat, if it's going to align with what they want. But the people decide, no, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to continue to vote for Mitch McConnell. It's the same thing with Democrats. 90% of Black women vote Democrat year by year, yet they complain about the schools in Democratic ran cities. They complain about the violence in Democratic ran cities. They complain about their kids not getting a proper education. They complain about all these different things that they could change if they change the people who are sitting in power. But they choose not to because they rather vote for the D than vote for the R. I don't understand.
You know what's funny about Mitch?
Which, by the way, women should always vote for D. They should always be voting for the D. Always vote for the D. Not the Democrats, though. Vote for the D.
Vote. You can get my vote. There you go. There you go.
That's right. I vote for the V all the time. I think
the V. Great. Yeah, most definitely for the V.
I vote for the V and the P.
Hey,
like
Kamala you know Harris. What's? Oh Lord. Oh Lord Jesus. Oh Lord. Then you brought up her name, but guess what? Let me tell you something. You mentioned Mitch McCullough. Mitch McCullough remind me of the WB frog. If you really look at his facial structure and this little long neck.
That's because he's ugly.
Man.
That's because he's ugly.
But he run that motherfucking Republican Party like a motherfucker.
I mean, for now. What will he be remembered as, right? I guess that's the most important thing.
You know what's funny? Who is the Republican House Speaker before Nancy Pelosi?
Well, Nancy's the Democratic,
right?
She's
Was it Ryan? Republican Ryan?
Paul Ryan. No, there would have been somebody interim in between him and Mitch McConnell, I think. Unless Mitch McConnell took over right after Paul Ryan. Let's see.
Are you about to pull it up, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm about to look it up.
All right, let's do that. What's up, J.Ed? What's up, Keith Light? What's up, Karen? Thank you for joining the show. We appreciate you. Love you.
It was Harry Reid.
Harry Reid.
Uh-huh.
Okay, when was Ryan the House Speaker?
Um,
Because I thought he was pretty good, even though that was during uh Obama's
Obama.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey, I'm about to say something so controversial that a lot of y'all is gonna probably be mad for me to say, and I really don't give a fuck. We
okay.
need to quit. We got to quit this memory of this. Uh, my president is black. My Maybach's too, because our president ain't black no more.
What happened?
Okay, it's not black. We still on that memory. I'm not trying to tear his legacy down, but I don't really believe he did that much for the black people.
Is that a good measure of a president? Is based on what they did for a specific race of people?
Um, there has been, and there will always be a group of people that feel like President Obama should have did more besides just giving us an Obama phone and Obamacare. Now,
Well,
Obamacare is a very highlighted attribute of him. I respect him for that, but there's other factors in between that um, sound suspicious. But hey, that's my thought. That's my belief from what I've researched. I want to hear your intake.
um, I guess I just don't understand some of the things that you just said.
Okay.
So is Obama's presidency measured by what he did for black people only?
I'm
Does
not
it
just saying only, but
does
if you listen to the rhetoric of how we talk about President Obama, it's like he's Moses. Okay. But look, even Moses died. Okay, or passed on. Now you got to go on to someone else. Okay, now you're dealing with a problem. Now we still holding on to something. Not saying that we're not supposed to, in a sense of as in a memory, but we got to move on. That was then. This is now. Look at the recession then. Look at what we looking at now. Okay,
well,
you
I
know.
mean, well, there. I mean, that's that's a big jump because Obama didn't create the recession of
No.
2008. He inherited it.
Mm,
He inherited it. I mean, he does. Well, he can't create it if he doesn't get in until his first year is 2008. So he didn't make it himself. He
right.
didn't. He didn't come in that year and say, "Oh, by the way, I brought all this housing problem is with me too." It wasn't his problem. That shit was gonna happen.
Well, true.
Yeah.
True. Because he did fix the banking situation.
Well, I mean, he gave them a bailout, which he said he
Yeah.
wouldn't do. He said he wasn't going to do that. The first thing he did is he did do a bailout for the
But
banking systems because they funded his campaign,
oh
and
yeah, but didn't them people take that money and go on fucking vacation?
why not? Shit. I mean, they got it right. And then I mean, they got it. Shit. What else supposed to do? They supposed to donate it back to some fucking underprivileged, underserved communities? Get the fuck out of here. So that's not about to happen. Motherfucker, we taking trips. We taking trips. We about to drink. I'm about to snort cocaine off of white bitches' titties. What the fuck are you talking about? These are these are saline tits, baby. I'm about to snort like mad cocaine off these H cups.
Right.
Yeah. Oh. But I think that with Obama, I think that the only people like him because he was the his face he's his face in the media is that he's a good president. Everybody, I think that what has happened over time is that presidents are no longer seen for what they should be doing. They're seen for whatever civic or social things they do for the society. I think this kind of started with Woodrow Wilson. It stopped being about what presidents are supposed to do for the nation, and it becomes what are they doing for specific societies. And so Obama ushered in, he did two things that society loves. He said that homosexuals can get married, and he gave everybody health care that was not free, because if you didn't want it and you did not get health care by choice, you had to pay for other people to have this health care. So it wasn't free. And he did not help society. He actually made things worse. The Republican Party likes to say that he made race relations worse. I don't know about that. I think that there's enough Republicans, and Donald Trump helped do some of that as well during that time period. They, some of the things that he was saying about the birth certificate made people feel some kind of way about him as an African American. It made some feel some kind of way about Barack Obama, whether it was unintentional or intentional. It happened. And I think that, but what Barack Obama did is Barack Obama ushered in this idea that socialism is okay. And so he made a group of younger people believe that they can have everything they want without working for it. And so that's what he did. He brought that in. I think that Obama himself, who he is, who the character that he portrayed as president, was great. He was charismatic. He was likable. He was a good character. But I think that he was a terrible president. I think that as a president, he did a bad job. He was not a good president. I don't think it's because he's black. I don't think it's because he's young. I think it's just because he wasn't really the president. He was a person that they put in place so that the Democratic National Committee could do what they wanted to do and try to generate money off of Barack Obama. And it didn't work, because when Barack Obama left, the DNC was bankrupt. And that's why they ended up putting Hillary Clinton in as the candidate. And she cheated Bernie Sanders. And and they didn't say anything because they needed Hillary Clinton to pay off the debt that they owed the Democratic National Committee, because they owed debt to many different organizations who had helped sponsor and fund them in the last two elections, which would be the one with Al Gore and the one with Barack Obama.
Now, let me tell you something, Larenzo. I think I've told you this numerous times in a lot of conversations.
Oh, I'm sorry. Al Gore, John Kerry, and Barack Obama. I'm sorry. Take that back.
Oh, okay.
There was three.
There's only two presidents in my lifetime I've voted for. Okay.
Two presidents.
Two.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I voted for. Okay, that'd be three. Okay.
All right. I voted for Clinton when I was in junior high school, when they was allowing all, the high schools to vote in. That is when we had Channel 1 in the classrooms. Okay. We was able to know about the world events and everything. Okay. The first term was great. Okay. Brought a lot of, prosperity. But
who was this? This is Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the second term. Here comes the scandal. But not only the scandal, you got a bill on the Senate Congress floor where it's what you call the 3 strikes rule. Am I correct?
Okay.
All right. I didn't vote for him the second term.
Okay. Why not?
For those reasons. Because now, during that time, that's called the war on drugs. We still in that time where there was a war on drugs. Okay. Now, my second time I ever voted for a president was President Barack Obama.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest, I do believe I made a mistake. Not because he's black. I gotta make that clear. I'm a black man. Okay. But after he said no to certain things and then changed his mind, you know what I'm saying? And then, you hear these little rumors of certain things, and it's like, is this all we gonna get? I think the picture of having a black man, a black leader at the top, is not totally representable when you have already had back in the day people that steamed high, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? They held a standard. I don't.
Yeah, but they're not politicians. They're just public speakers. I don't think that Martin Luther King or Malcolm X would be good presidents either. Based on what they stood for, they would not have been the best presidents.
Okay.
I think that the problem with Barack Obama is not that Barack Obama. I don't think it has anything to do with race. I think part of the problem with Barack is that there's an expectation that African Americans had for him that was unrealistic. He's the president of the United States. He's not the president of black people. So his job is not to just go out there and just say, all right, now that I'm in here, my whole focus will be on one race. His whole focus had to be on domestic shit as well as dealing with international shit. And so I think that African Americans need to put things into proper perspective. If you had a job where you had to deal with, international shit with your job, do you think that you have time to deal with the niggas in the hood? You probably don't have much time to deal with those niggas because you got international shit. And then you have other shit going on in other parts of the world, other parts of your nation, and the outlying territories that your nation is involved in. Then let's not to mention the fact that while you're involved in some of this international shit, you might get yourself caught up in some wars. You may have to deal with some other bullshit. So I think that African Americans are a little ridiculous in their expectations of what they wanted from Barack Obama. I think that what should have been happening was people should have been happy. An African American man had finally received enough votes from all Americans to become president, and they should have just moved on from there and just expected him to be just as good as the other presidents and not measure him based on what he did for blacks or based on him being black.
Can I ask you a question? Did you ever like Reagan?
I think Reagan had decent policies. I think that for trickle down economics makes sense in a long-term situation, but that long-term situation has to sustain itself over that period of time, and that was never going to happen. So his version of Keynesian economics was just not going to present the opportunities that it needed to. However, it did do what it's supposed to do. It created more jobs. It created more money for the business owners, so that they could create more jobs. But I don't know if Reagan, if his policy would have worked. Maybe at that time, I think maybe it should have been done earlier, like maybe in the 60s, but it would have been too crazy for the 60s. Sometimes timing is everything. And I just don't think that that's what Reagan really, I think he's suffering from time. I think he was a decent president, though. I think he gets the shaft because he's white and he did things that African Americans were told not to like. The same way how African Americans were told not to like things about Trump. Women were told not to like things about Trump, but like things about Biden. So they did. So they do.
But I don't think we grab them by the pussy every day.
I mean, if you're a celebrity, it's okay. And that's what he said. I'm sure if Chris Brown was here, he would say many women often let him grab them by the pussy. It's no problem. Drake would also say the same thing. I think that the problem is that people took that way out of context. And it's amazing to me because when Joe Biden was accused of sexually assaulting Tara Reid, and she said that he grabbed her vagina, and she told this story, nobody cared. They was like, so what? So what? He grabbed her pussy. So what? What does that even matter?
Right.
That's how people were acting. So what? What does it even matter? It's just a pussy he grabbed. I mean, come on. But did you hear what Trump said? Trump said he grabs pussies. You see the difference? I found that funny. Like here I am doing an episode about Tara Reid, right? I'm doing this full episode. I got this Megyn Kelly interview. I'm watching this whole thing. I'm cutting the shit down, right? I'm editing the shit, cutting it down. As I'm fucking watching this shit, I'm like, bro, does no one care about this? Like, I mean, her story sounds retarded, but does no one fucking care that this woman is saying that Joe Biden grabbed her by her vagina as she was wearing cutout, crotchless panties to work that day, which I don't know why, but hey, maybe she was feeling frisky. So she wore some crotchless panties to work that day. He grabbed her pussy, and then he said, "Hey man, I thought you liked me." And she was like, "What?" And he was like, "Bitch, get the fuck out of here. You're nothing." Like, man, total flip. Like, he went from grabbing the pussy, and then he was like, "All right, bitch, get out of here. You fucking piece of shit." And then I guess she still voted for him in the 2008, 2012 elections.
Right.
And then she came out in 2020 and said he fucking put his hands on my pussy. And everybody was like, "So, what's the problem?" But then when Trump said that 12 years before he
Right.
he was even gonna run,
He was on all access.
yeah, talking to his buddy, he thought they was just having a homie to homie conversation, and then it gets recorded and then used against him 12 years later.
Yeah, and that's some real documentation.
I mean, to me, that's some hoe ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some hoe ass shit. I ain't even with that shit, bro. That's fucked up. You're not gonna take some shit I said off to one of my homies, and this motherfucker it's recorded, and then you're gonna use that shit against me 17, 16, 12, 10 years from now. Right. Oh, this what he said about this. I get no fuck what I said then. I give a fuck.
Right. So I'd have been on the phone. You snitch, bitch. What the fuck wrong with you?
Right. I can say the fuck I want to say. The fuck. And what does that have to do with him being president? What? Explain to me what him grabbing pussies has to do with him, talking to fucking North Korea about putting their missiles down. Put your fucking missiles down. And so Kim Jong-un was gonna be like, "Hold on, bro. You over there grabbing pussies. I'm not putting no missiles down. That pussy grabbing has got to stop." What kind of shit is this? What kind of dumbass shit was that? That's what I'm talking about. Americans are fucking stupid sometimes. They're just fucking idiots. What sense does that make? And the logic behind it. Well, if he says that, what kind of president would he be? Probably a good one. It's no nonsense. He takes what he wants. Fuck it. That's what I like to hear. He's my kind of president. He goes for what he wants. Grab the pussy. Grab it. Go ahead.
Shit. Oh shit. Oh. Those of you that are tuned in, thank you for tuning in. If you scrolling by and you hearing this conversation, hey, it's no holds barred here. If you ain't used to me, I mean, you in for a whirlwind right now. I ain't gonna lie. So hey, I guess on to the next question, huh? Oh,
I don't even know how we had to talk about Donald Trump grabbing pussies. I don't even know. But I do want to say this, since we talking about Trump grabbing pussies, make sure you guys go out there and check out the homie, the boss, the man who created Random Radio, Filth Cat. He's got music out there. He's got a song called Like Trump Say. It's all about grabbing pussies. Go ahead, listen to that song. It's up at your SoundCloud right now. Go listen to Filth Cat.
You gotta tell Filth Cat he gotta send that to me. Okay. Every time I play a track of him, everybody like, he doesn't ever come to the show. It's like, then he just pops in. Yeah, I don't get it.
He's angry with you. He's mad at you.
Really?
He's mad at you.
Mad at me for what? What did I do?
He said you was playing some music that was unauthorized to be exposed to the public. He said he said because it was just demo sessions. He said, and then you played it. He said he's pissed about it. He said he's still gonna send you music. He's just still mad about it. I mean, not like anything has changed. He's just mad. He's just sitting around being a bitch, pouting.
Really?
Well, that's what you do when you're a bitch.
Well, tell him get over it. Yeah. Send me some more music. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
But yeah, shout out to Filth Cat. Shout out to Filth.
What is you cutting salary?
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah.
Oh man, that mic is good, man. That's a good mic.
That's a condenser mic. It's a cheap brand too. You know how much I got it for? $34. The other one I got from my other system, that's $102. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, dang.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to spend too much. What's the quote? What's the quote? Is Karen in the session? What's the quote? You don't have to pay salon price for salon hair. Man,
There you go.
there you go, man. And who is
Hey,
that? Is that Vidal Sassoon? VO5?
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Is that VO5?
Ladies, they are charging you $35 just to part your hair in the hair salon. Okay? So I'm giving you tips right now. Start learning how to part your own hair. Okay? Straight up. Straight up. Learn how to part your hair.
Man, over here at Random Radio, we have a random hair salon. We got because we've now moved. We are expanding Random Radio into all industries. I told you earlier about how we got Random Biologics. That's our new thing where we got amnion for the ladies, for scars, for scar adhesion. We also have a random hair salon.
Can I ask you a question?
Popping up all over. Yeah.
Do you have lace fronts?
Yeah, we got all, man. We got all that shit. We got all that shit. We popping up everywhere. There'll be a random salon in Tucson, and there'll be a random salon in Indianapolis before the year is out. Boom. Look at that. Random Radio.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna have Filth Cat gear in there and shit.
We're not associating Filth Cat with any of that.
Really?
No. You already know I don't like his music, so I don't want to have anything to do with that shit. I mean, I told him, look, hey man, look, the brother gave me an opportunity to do the show. I don't like that motherfucker's music though. Fuck that shit. I tell him to his face. I don't like that shit.
Really?
I ain't fuck about no muffins, man. That shit is stupid. Shit is dumb. You're always playing that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with Martu, dude?
I mean, fucking up some muffins, man. Come on.
Guess, hey, people. Hey, I understand. I've known him a long time. There are people who like the music.
A hot song.
Hey man, just like when we started Random Radio, and he said, "Man, you got the voice. I need you to, if you could you do this?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." How much of your shit is being played? He said, "Why?" I said, "Oh, because if we're playing a bunch of your music, I'm not doing the show. I'm not doing that shit. It better be other people." Wow. And so it was. And so I had pushed for us to do like all female episodes. And we had a meeting and Filth was like, well, I mean, if we do an all female episode, how are we going to get my music on there? I got to get a song every episode. I said, yeah, see, that's the point. Maybe we don't need you every episode.
See, that's what he get. That's what he get. Look. That's what he get for doing all that audio porn. Okay.
Yeah, maybe we don't need you in every episode. I mean, maybe we should have an episode where you're not on there, nigga. I mean, I was always trying to find episodes to do where we don't have to put him on there. Like, man, we should do like a gospel episode. He started doing gospel songs. I'm like, fuck you.
And I'm surprised that he actually popped in without me even noticing that he popped in to listen to the show, because I'm like, how would he know I'll be playing fucking up some muffins? Yeah, he is what he is. You know what I'm saying? All right. I guess you're right. I guess he is an asshole from time to time.
I mean, he's got music. I think he's a smart guy. He's got innovative ideas. I tell him that all the time. He got some really good ideas. I think that he should have did what a long time ago. He should have did the writing behind the scenes at Interscope when he had the opportunity. And when he didn't take the opportunity and he went with Random Radio, I mean, I appreciate the opportunity for me to get a chance to express the shit that I know. Mm-hmm. But I think that, the music shit is, it's dead. That shit's whack, son.
Does he sit down and listen to your commentary?
Yeah. He brought me on because he likes this shit. He likes what I do. You know what I'm saying? We share some of the same views, but okay. But his music sucks, in my opinion. I think it's garbage.
Is that okay? Is that okay to say to an artist, Like your shit sucks. Okay.
Yeah,
It
I mean,
sucks
look.
ass.
I told him everything doesn't suck. Like, okay, the instrumental music that he's been doing, I think it's great because he's not rapping. What the fuck? I'm just honest, though. I think it's great because he's not rapping.
I mean, you literally tell him that like this.
Yeah,
Nah,
this
bro.
dude. As soon as he played it for me, as soon as I heard "Celebrate Love," I said, "Hell, this is fantastic." I said, "Is this the whole album? No rapping?" He said, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, let me get one of them. Let me get that one. I want a copy." When Water Flames came out, I said, "Oh, you another one?" Because he tricked me, right? He came out with some bullshit recently, some Sticks and Stones shit, and he rapping. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Huh? The fuck is this shit? I was pissed. As soon as he came on, I hear some rapping, some damn you here. I'm like,
All right. What do you think about the NBA Finals, man? What did you like it? Was it exciting? Was it uh, commemorative? That's a big ass word. I don't even know how to spell that bitch.
I mean, I think I don't know why that was so funny, but I think that I think the NBA got what they needed to get out of it. They you know you know I look at the NBA like this, right? So I'm a cynic when it comes to the NBA, and I mean I don't think it's fake, but I look at a lot of this shit like this. The NBA lost a lot of money. The TV deal is important, right? They get paid through the TV deals.
Okay.
If they're not on TV, it's a problem. And I think that during the pandemic, that portion of time that they were off, that was a problem. And when they came back and they were all social justicey and people wasn't fucking with that shit, that was a problem. And so I think that they're trying to get the money back, trying to recoup it. And they're the finals, the playoffs, all of it. It's all being done so that they can get the ratings, so that you got basketball all summer. So you got NBA action all summer because you ain't watching no WNBA, so you
Right.
ain't gonna turn that fucking shit on, nigga.
Hey, Boosie V, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Man, what is this echo? Oh, I got the volume probably. Oh, okay, no. I'm Gucci. My voice carried like a motherfucker.
Mm.
Yeah, it do. Yeah, we got Keith Light in the chat room, Karen Biden, Boosie V, J Ed, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining the show. You know what I'm saying? Really appreciate that. I'm looking on the phone. Hey, my cousin is tuned in. What up, John Moore?
That's great.
Yeah.
This is a good opportunity to tell everyone about Random Radio Biologics. If you have a bunion, you got a bunion, something wrong with your feet, don't worry about it. Random Radio has got a plating system for you. Hit us up. We'll take care of you. That's all I got to say. I don't even want to say no more. I don't want to say too much.
You know what? You make the perfect commercial.
I'm telling you, hey man, dude, we got it. We moving up. We moving into medical shit. We done with everything else. We're gonna do everything. We Ray J. We doing everything.
No,
We
no,
gonna have headphones next.
no. Let's not talk about Ray J.
Headphone.
Ray J fucked up.
Random radio headphones. Random radio headphones.
We are not gonna
Like
talk about Ray J.
Like Raycons. Yeah, like Raycons. We decided to go the medical device route, though. We're gonna do some biologics and some plating systems. Amnion and all that.
Amnion.
That's right. Fresh from the placenta, baby. Fresh placenta. We got it. If you want to donate some placenta, you can do that shit too. We'll cut you in on the profits. When we sell the Amnion to people, we'll take care of you. We got you.
Yeah. I don't want them little pill endorsements though. No, fuck that. I'm trying to keep ladies away from me.
Yeah.
I am. I ain't got time. This ain't the time. You know what I'm saying? When you doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? in your own life. I got a question to ask
Yeah.
you. I have tried extends. That shit worked like a motherfucker.
Oh my
I ain't
God,
gonna lie.
Jesus Christ, man! You are telling me
Oh,
that is TMI. Way too
oh
much
my bad.
information.
Oh my bad.
All right. Extends. I don't need to know anything about that, man. That's not a conversation for me. You don't need to have that conversation with me, bro. We ain't got to talk about that. That is way too intimate of a topic there. I use
Yeah.
extends.
Okay.
Man,
All
damn.
right.
Okay. All right. Thank you for being.
Right.
You feel close. I see.
Visual clear. What do you think about the Ukraine and Russia war?
I mean, what do you mean? What I think about it? Like, be more specific. It's too many.
Okay.
It's too many. Like, I think it's happening there. That's what I think about it.
Okay. Do you think? Do you think? What's his name from Russia?
Putin?
Putin is doing something that is wrong, or do you think he's doing something strategic?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that we're being told that Putin is doing something wrong, but I think that if you know anything about what's going on over there, then you know that what Putin said is that he's tired of America and NATO encroaching on Eastern European nations. So I mean Western European nations. So encroaching on the East. I'm sorry, encroaching on Eastern European nations. So that's what he's saying. He's pushing back on them. I mean that whole Ukraine Russia thing has a long history that you can't go into in like a short period of time. But it's got a long history. I mean, I think it's terrible for the people of Ukraine. I think it's sad for them. They don't deserve to be a part of this situation. They didn't sign up for this. This is not. They shouldn't be held responsible. But that's what happens in war. The people are the fodder. They're the casualties. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. But do you think or believe that Ukraine is a corrupt country? Because people think it's just by speculation without doing research. Um, do you think that the reason why Putin has done this is because Ukraine is corrupt?
I think Ukraine is a socialist dictatorship that America is soon falling into the same trap. So I don't really think that I'm not really sure what it is that he's doing that's so bad. He's bringing his people out of poverty into the Western culture. He's siding with other nations. I think the issue that we have with him is that politicians and media have told us that because he's not playing nice with us, we shouldn't be friendly to him and we should see him in a disparaging light. That's what I think. And I think they did the same thing with Gaddafi. They do the same thing with Kim Jong-il. They do the same thing with Hugo Chavez down in Venezuela. They did the same things with all of them. Maduro. I mean, now some of these people that I've named, they do not have the best records. I'm not saying that they are like, great guys, and I'm some fucking fool. I know that they don't have the best records, but I mean, also if they're doing things for their people and it's not affecting America, I have no idea why America has themselves all involved in their shit in the first place. But that's part of the problems that we have now with the nation. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Putin is a terrible person. People who I've met from Russia, they leave because they want more opportunity in America. And so I'm assuming that must be terrible. But I don't think that's because of Putin. That's because of the history that Russia has of being a Soviet nation for so long, and them trying to come out of that. They just got out in the 80s. So that's not going to happen overnight. They're just going to become a prospering economic republic. However, I just think that it's just they're not playing nice with America, so America has to show them as the bad guy. I mean, they've done this before. They did it with Hitler. They didn't do it with Stalin. Stalin was playing nice, but he was doing bad shit to the Ukrainian people. It didn't matter because he was playing nice. So we'll just point out what Hitler is doing. So they've done this before. Mao doesn't get as much recognition as say as they may have put on some other people of Taiwan. Or that's leading to the Korean War and in the war over there and bombing of those different places. So they focus more on Kim Jong Il's father and say how terrible that man is. I mean, so they've done this before. This happens all the time. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Putin is as terrible as they say or not. I don't know. He's a dictator, yes.
What do you think about the situation between China and Taiwan?
I think that it was bound to happen. And Taiwan doesn't have any friends. America is not going to protect them because America has no interest in Taiwan. Their interest is in China. So Taiwan is kind of holding on by the strings, kind of like how Hong Kong was doing. You can't. I mean, I understand that nations want to be autonomous from the father or mother nation that they once were a part of. I understand that. But if you have no economic means and that nation has already claimed stake to you and they're already got themselves dug deep into you, that's not going to be an easy process. You may want that and it may be right. But that shit's not going to be an easy process. And that's something that's very hard and difficult to ask for. And so, it's a matter of time before China takes over Taiwan. And I think the Hong Kong thing isn't over yet either. Because they've already taken over it. The government is kind of demolished, but they'll just be Chinese, and nothing they can do about it.
Right. Do you think it's a good thing that the U.S. is lifting up the tariffs off China? Or the decision to, I should say.
Sure. The American people are suffering economically.
Okay.
That may help with that. China may, lifting the tariffs may ease the amount of Chinese products we can get back into America. We may be able to start spending on those things again. As much as I don't want to give money to China, I mean, the American people are suffering from an economic situation. So when you have this kind of a situation, you kind of don't really have much options. But sometimes your enemy is what you got to go with. And China's not really the enemy of America, but we'd rather use American products, but they're too expensive. And the American people need some kind of help during this whole inflation and this recession that's soon to come.
Now, I don't know if you have heard, but there's a thing going around talking about there might be a food shortage. Now, it is also said that Joe Biden said the same thing a couple months back, but just recently I came across a video where Joe Biden said there's going to be another pandemic. Now,
Okay.
yeah, and I think I'm also going to go a little bit further down the rabbit hole on that later on. But what do you think about us having a food crisis where the supply chain issues is concerned? Do you think it's real? Do you believe it's real?
No, I don't. I don't think that there's going to be a food shortage. I think that what's going to happen is those who are poor and who are impoverished for real, you're not receiving any WIC, any link, nothing, you will have a food shortage. I think that there will be a less amount of food in middle class families' homes than it was before, and they will call that a food shortage. But I don't think that there will be an actual food shortage where like you have billions of people not eating in one area. I don't think that'll ever happen. There'll always be food. They'll get food from somewhere. America will they'll usher in food from other nations, call in some debts. So no, I don't think so. I think that it's gonna be. I think that we hyperbolize issues now. And so what ends up happening is that when we say, oh, it's going to be a food shortage, and the idea in people's heads is people starving in the streets, babies dying from malnutrition, like Ethiopia, and that's or Somalia. And I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just going to be the American people are not going to be able to have. You're not going to be able to have Chips Ahoy cookies and Oreo cookies. You're not going to be able to have both options in your home. You're not going to be able to have Ritz crackers and saltines anymore. You're gonna have to pick and choose which crackers you want and stick with those, motherfucker. You're not gonna be able to have different juices. You know, you can't have Ocean Spray and Welch's. We only got to go with one this time. God damn it, that's too much juice.
Hey, there's a Aldi's right around the corner from me, bro. I'm like,
yeah, but all these, sometimes all these food tastes generic.
Yeah,
like you can taste the genericness in the food.
It tastes bland now. It don't taste the way it used to be.
It just, it's got a generic taste. Like their meat doesn't taste quite the same.
Right.
You know, pork don't taste like pork.
I ate a chimichanga the other day, and that didn't even taste right.
From Aldi?
Oh, not Aldi's. From my store. Like, you know, I seen them at Walmart, but just so happened that I had them at the store. I was like, I'm gonna try me a couple. I'm like, oh, damn.
A chimichanga.
Yeah, no, it was just nasty.
That don't even sound right.
And there's times I'll eat salad from the store and from Walmart. That lettuce don't taste real no more.
Man, you better off just making your own salad. Just go ahead and get you some spinach, and get you some kale, and just chop that shit up and go ahead and make you a sandwich. Maybe make you a salad.
Sandwich and a salad. Sounds good too.
How you a salad, man? You know, how you some? You know, it's the easiest thing to make, and it's healthy for you. I have a salad sometimes at night. I'll be thinking like, man, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. It'd be like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I'll make a salad. Chop up some greens.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking up some muffins.
Fucking up some muffins, right?
Phil can't go be mad as hell. I made that reference. That's all right.
I don't know. Maybe he might probably like that shit.
I can hear him right now. I can hear him. Fuck Mark too. Like damn. Shit. There's one big topic we do like talking about, and that's the state of hip hop and lyricism. Okay. Let me tell you, y'all, this dude is the most toughest critic you will ever stand before. Okay. He don't show it all the time, but I told him he got to tell the truth. You got to tell the truth. Who do you think is the best MC? Okay, of now in the last, let's say of now in the last 10 years.
MC. So this is rapper.
MC.
This is lyrics. This is not persona.
Correct. I don't give a fuck about persona.
Of the last 10 years.
Yes. I'm talking about Eminem.
Eminem.
Why?
Best lyricist. Can rhyme a million fucking words, can do the twist, can spit slow, can has things, content is always on point. It's good shit.
Why is it that hip hop can't respect that?
Oh, because hip hop is consumed with a bunch of racists.
Say that again.
Because hip hop is consumed with a bunch of racists. And then realistically, what is hip hop today? So let's be honest here. What is hip hop?
Okay.
Right? What is hip hop? Hip hop is not what Eminem does. You know, hip hop. So at one point in time, hip hop was an expression of those who were coming out of the disco era, and they just wanted to, you know, MCs wanted to show I can rhyme, right? I'm better than you, right? When Ice-T starts, he doesn't start off being a pimp rapper. He's a rapper saying I'm better than you. So okay, that's an MC. Then somewhere it changes, and the MCs now have to be hard, and tough. And so then you get gangster rap. So now what's the battle rapper? Is the battle rapper still talking about how good he is? No, he's talking about how many niggas he killed, how much crack he sold. Now this is the battle rapper. So what is hip hop? Because now hip hop is a bunch of kids talking about getting high, getting drunk, shooting their guns off. I mean, is that hip hop?
Not really.
Right. So there you go. You know, what is hip hop really? So that to me, none of that is hip hop.
Okay.
What hip hop is, you can spit bars. You know, I think like we talked about earlier when we talked about the verses, and I said I don't want to see a verses of Jay-Z and Eminem. I don't want to see that. If Jay-Z and Eminem want to show me something with hip hop, then they should go out there and battle rap. Just go out there and go bar for bar. Just go.
That would be
bars.
perfect. Yes, and that would be perfect because, like I stated to you earlier today, Jadakiss set the bar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it didn't matter, right? Because still those other rappers went out there and did the other shit like 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony, which I get. And don't get me wrong, I understand. I don't expect for Juicy J to go do a freestyle battle against Crazy Bone. I don't expect that. That's not gonna happen.
There you go.
But if that's, to me, that's what the verses are. They should be that. You just do hit for hit, right? My hit against your hit. The verses would be better if it was just R&B acts, honestly. If it just stayed R&B acts, I'd be better with that. You know, I don't like seeing rappers go up there. You know, when Bow Wow doing it, okay, well, he's not really a rapper. You know, he's not a lyricist. He's you know what? He's a rapper. He's a rapper. He's not an MC. He's a rapper. Okay. He's a rapper. Okay, he's a rapper.
I get it.
He raps. He raps sometimes. So okay, all right, I guess. Young Thug is a rapper.
Okay.
He's not an MC. Young Thug hasn't said anything poignant. Motherfucker, like I'm not like, oh shit, did you hear that bar? Did you hear when Young Thug said, "What's up?" Like that shit was so tight.
Right. That the light down.
Well, I will admit, Jeffrey was a good album though. That was a good album. Jeffrey, Jeffrey was good. I like Jeffrey. By Young Thug, that was good.
I didn't like Young Thug.
I like Jeffrey.
Oh, you did?
Jeffrey was good. Jeffrey was a good album. It's 7 songs. It was a good album. He had Kanye West was one of the songs where he was talking about bet it up. She pulled up in a Benz truck. Chanel it up. She peacock with the colors.
Don't do that. They ain't ready for that, nigga. They ain't ready for that.
It was a good song. I mean, I'm not saying that, look at me, it's not All Eyes on Me good. It's not Ready to Die good. It's not, it's not Cool G Rap. What the fuck is the second album? It's not that good, but it's okay for Young Thug.
What do you consider a true lyricist?
Lyricists have bars. They spit bars.
Give us some good lyricists.
Eminem, Locksmith, let me think.
No, just spit it.
I'm trying to think. Who else is a good? I mean, Black Thought.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Black Thought is a good lyricist. It's hard because they're few and far between, right? They're not. A lot of lyricists are not mainstream. Cannabis was a good lyricist, but
what about LL?
No.
Yeah, come on. He the GOAT. He transcends his flow.
No, he a good rapper.
No, bro. You can't do that to LL. That's Uncle L, bro.
LL ain't fucking with none of the lyricists I just named. They ain't
okay.
He ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing on them. He ain't fucking with them. I mean, and LL is good, but LL is good in his own way, right? LL is his own thing.
I like the way you presented that because not everybody sees it that way. You know what I'm
but
saying?
I think it's different. Like I think at this point with rap music, you got to break it down into those genres the same way you would do rock or jazz or pop music or country music. I mean, there's people always say, yeah, Common is a good lyricist, but
Yeah.
there are people who would say, okay, um, uh, or a good rapper is LL Cool J, and he's good, and so is Tupac. I mean, yeah, they're good rappers. I mean, Tupac is probably more of a more lyrical, something a more, I guess, conscious artist than
Mm-hmm.
LL. However, Tupac on All Eyes on Me is not really that conscious.
No.
He's not really Machiavelli. I didn't gain no fucking respect for women on Toss It Up. All I want to do is fuck a bunch of porn stars. So I haven't learned shit. I haven't learned shit from Machiavelli. It's not like Keep Your Head Up, goddammit, and shed so many tears. I do not feel the struggle of Machiavelli. I'm mad, I'm angry, and I want to live in LA, nigga.
Nah,
That's it.
my favorite Tupac album is Me Against the World. Anyway.
Yeah, Me Against the World is probably the best Tupac album. Yeah.
Yeah. Ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that has sold more records than any of the other hits. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
all the shit on Death Row has sold way better than Me Against the World.
really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, well, you gotta think about it.
Including
That was
including the Greatest Hits album, which is I think is the biggest selling one next to All Eyes on Me.
okay. Nice. Uh okay. Now Nas to me is like a prolific uh writer.
Yeah. Nas is a good lyricist too. I guess I forgot about Nas. Yes, he's a good lyricist. I mean, right? Because Jay-Z to me is a rapper. I think that at one point in time, Jay-Z was a lyricist. He's not
Uh
anymore.
okay.
I don't know what the fuck this shit is now that he does. I don't know what this is, And he's too rich for my own comprehension. I have no idea what Jay-Z's talking about. Every song is like the Cuvelinis with the Juvelinis, the Safalinis with the Cafalinis. I have no idea what the fuck that shit is. I don't know what that is. Jay-Z
What is
is too rich for my comprehension. I don't understand.
who's your favorite rapper?
Of all time?
Mm, who's your favorite rapper that you like that influence has influenced hip hop to a certain degree?
Of all time?
I don't want to just say of all time, because that's it could be it could be. Let's broaden it out. Name
Because
three.
because to me,
Mm-hmm.
music is really significant on what the impact was on you, right? There are many
Right.
girls, there are many young women that I know who they to rap doesn't have the same impact on them. However, Beyonce does. So, or maybe, somebody may say something like Monica, and I'd be like, Monica? Who the
Oh.
fuck listens to Monica? And
I
then,
mean, I
but you take a young girl, a young woman who may have been 17, 18, 19, when Just One
mm-hmm,
of Them Days or The Girl Is Mine was hot, and when
mm-hmm.
Monica was on top, that's probably an artist that they like. Like when it comes to music in general, I have a list of artists that I like. But when it comes to rap, I mean, my favorite rapper of all time is Tupac. I think
Okay.
Eminem is the best lyricist of all time, but I think that Tupac is the best rapper of all time because of his influence and his significance to rap and what he has left his mark on rap. I don't think that he's the most significant. I just think that he's significant. He's my favorite. But I don't think he's the most significant hip hop artist of all time. I think that he's the most significant. He's just my favorite.
All right. I'm gonna ask you another question when it comes to music. What the state of the business of hip hop? How do you feel about that? I mean, do you and Phil Cat have those conversations?
Yeah, Phil Cat had an opportunity to get signed with Interscope. We had a long conversation where that didn't happen. uh those deals are, they're amazing. I mean, like right now, like I was talking about all the things that we're doing with Random Radio and all the stuff. I mean, one of the things that we're also doing, and the reason why I'm sharing this, because it's money out here. We all could get it. You might as well go ahead and try to figure out a way to get it. There's I've been recently, just learning more and more. We've been talking to more and more of our people, just learning more and more about understanding how to own different portions of music and royalties, and trying to own different people's, just music in general. The other day, we noticed that, man, there's a way for you to go out there and you can own, the streaming rights to songs, and you can own the publishing. It's up for auction. Now, I mean, you got to have big bread. That's part of the reason why we doing what we doing with the biologics and all that other shit. It's because, we trying to get money so we can put our money in different investments that don't depreciate. One of the things that I've noticed is that, like the other day, there's this website, it's called Royalty Exchange. You guys feel free to go check it out. Great website. I mean, if you got the money, if you got 30 grand, you got some money out there, you can invest into some music. Go ahead and take a look at some of that stuff that's on there. See if you can invest some of your money into some of them songs. Other day, I saw Let's Wait a While by Janet Jackson was up for auction. And I was like, man, look at that shit. But then, you got to pay attention, because there's different things that are available with the auction price. You may not, it's not just going to always be streaming or radio, or you might get performance, right? And Janet probably is not doing much performing of Let's Wait a While. She's got new shit, right? So she's probably gonna be performing that. So be careful with that kind of stuff. But when I saw Please Don't Stop the Music was up there by Rihanna, and it was full everything. You get the full music composition, publishing, streaming rights. I mean, you got to pay a nice little amount, but you can get it though. You can get it though. You can make all that shit happen, and it's something to look into. So I think that the state of music right now is where it should be. The bigger artists like Rick Ross and them, they're getting smaller artists to sign 360 deals, and Rick Ross is now owning these artists publishing. So he's making tons of money off of the artists. They don't realize it. They'll realize it later, probably say he raping them. However, that's how the music industry functions. That's how it's always worked. I think that people don't recognize that, and that's something that you got to recognize. I think everybody should go independent, realistically. If there are some rappers on the call right now and they're listening, and they should go independent. They should not try to sign with a major, because all they're going to do is sign you to a 360 and own everything that you do. The only reason why 360s were created is so the record labels can get money off of the money that they cannot get if you just sign with a label and you don't have a 360. When you were just getting points and you were just getting that kind of shit, that was different. But now, 360, baby. And so these young artists, it appears like they got money. You gotta think about it. If back in the day artists appeared like they had money, but we knew that they didn't, right? And now these artists out here doing this. I mean, they may actually, them chains and them diamonds, they may actually be theirs, but they still living in the basement of their mama house.
Yeah,
with a nice, $500,000 chain. Motherfucker is iced out. They flossing. They flossing their mama's basement. Like, Ma, who ate my fucking Lunchable? How you gonna eat the Lunchable with the Swiss cheese, Ma? What the fuck? Who drank my milk? This is my orange juice, Ma. I got a Grammy, Ma. And she like, well, fucking go get some fucking money for this goddamn Grammy. Niggas got Grammy awards. They got platinum. They got platinum plaques on their walls, nigga. But shit.
An artist said that. Who was it that said that they got platinum plaques on their wall? But it's not getting them no money. Bun B. This is recently. Bun B said this on YouTube.
Yeah, in an interview.
Yeah, and said that it's best that you go independent, because you missing out. It's gonna be more work, but you missing out. And you just got a plaque.
I mean, the thing is that it is more work, right? Everybody can't be Taylor Swift, right? And recognize that the music industry somebody else owns your music, so you decide, I'm just gonna redo all my music. I'm just gonna redo all my music and I'm gonna own it. I mean, and I give it off, hats off to Taylor Swift for that shit too, because that's a lot of work to go back through, do 4-5 albums that you already put out that was platinum, and redo them again so that you can receive the publishing rights so that you can own them. But everybody not gonna do that, and rappers especially can't do that. And so what I always, it's something that I always told Filth, and I don't know if he was, if I'm sure that he probably thought, how the fuck would I do that if I'm not in the music industry? I always told him, me being a political mind, the rappers need a union. They need a union, whether or not they're gonna build it with themselves or something, but they need a fucking union so that they have some kind of benefits when this shit is over. There are too many hip hop artists who end up ending this music shit, and there's nothing to show for it. You just sold all these millions of copies of music, and then in the end, you're broke and you have no health care, you have nothing. So at least they should try to push for other rappers to at least have something where in the future you all are taken care of. But what ends up happening is that there's such a selfish mindset in hip hop and in the music industry in general, but it's really bad in hip hop. And so nobody it appears like everybody wants everybody to succeed, but realistically, they are just trying to just get money, trying to keep up with the next rapper, keep up with your money, keep up with what you got going on. And the record labels are more than willing. They are more than happy to put you in debt, give you that loan that you think is an advance. They are more than happy to give you that shit, give you all the studio time that you want, that you're not paying for right now, give you all the fucking, all the time with artists and producers. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Another thing I want to tackle is this: the royalty standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really see why it really makes sense to be on Spotify unless you're doing a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, one thing, like when we did random radio, the one thing I didn't understand anything was about podcasts in general. We had no idea what a podcast was, and we started this, and our whole thinking was, if we do this for amateur artists, then they don't have to be on Spotify. You don't have to be on what's the other one, Tidal, because I don't get this either, right? I'm not sure I understand the logic. Maybe someone can explain it to me. But the logic behind being an underground artist on a platform competing with other artists who have money and distribution backing them. If you are an underground artist, why wouldn't you try to be on as many underground podcasts as possible? Why wouldn't you try to be on as many college radio stations as possible? Why would you be wasting your time competing amongst the artists on Spotify and Tidal? And here's the thing, you don't even have a clue. Do people really know how many rappers, R&B acts, producers there are out there? You don't know who's on the rise. You have no idea who's coming up, where the money is already behind them. And so as you're putting out your new mixtape, well, they're putting out their mixtape, and guess what? Sony's behind them. So that mixtape has superseded yours. Even if you have 120,000 fans, they now have 1 million out of fucking nowhere, like out of nowhere, like just came out of nowhere. So I really never got that. Why more amateur artists or underground artists don't utilize the individual or underground podcast. I mean, I get that some of them don't last long. Granted, they're not going to last as long as yours, or how Random Radio did 5 years doing music. I mean, I know some of them shows they last like 13 episodes. Done, out of here, because they can't handle the drop off, the immediate success, and then the initial drop off when nobody's listening, and then you got to rebuild yourself and figure out what the fuck are you doing wrong. They can't figure that out. But no, I mean, I just think that it's the music industry is doing what it's doing. The streaming shit is doing what it's supposed to do. People are buying into the belief that they can make all this money off of streaming, and people are settling for $1,000 checks. They're happy with that.
And instead of touring, you know what I'm saying?
Well, once again, hip hop for a lot of artists is not a full-time job. They can't tour like that. And who's paying an unknown artist to perform? Once again, the smartest thing to do would be to create a collective, right? Wherever you are, figure out who else is doing whatever you all are doing in the same area. Create a collective. Go back to the way that it once was before this internet shit started, because obviously that's what's going to work. This is done. It's trite. It's stale. It's overused. Got to figure out the next mode. I think people need to go back to the collective movement, right? Where everybody is meeting up at one spot. Somebody has a venue. You all are performing at that venue. You all are, it's a collective of all of you all are a group of artists. You all are doing this in one spot, and you're making a name for yourself in that area to help build up your own fucking following, to help that shit grow. I mean,
and it's possible. Trust me.
It is possible.
Way possible.
I mean, but everybody has to be, and everybody doesn't have to be on board with the same goal. Everybody just has to believe in the collective.
Yeah.
Whatever the collective is we do hip hop, we do graffiti. I mean, like in hip hop, right? Do all the elements of hip hop. You know, if there's some dancing involved, great. You want to involve some modeling, do that shit. So, you know, that's what you gotta do.
True. Keith Light said, because if the podcasts are not licensed, then there's no money. It's just exposure.
Yeah, he's right. But I mean, that's the reason why I think the artist should do it, because you're not going to get any money from Tidal and Spotify any fucking way. So what does it matter? You're not going to get any money from that. So you might as well go for the exposure. The exposure will eventually get you the money. You got to put the horse before the cart, because the cart before the horse doesn't move.
Yeah, true. That is so true. That is so true. You know what I'm saying? I think I've had through the EP that me and Phil Cat put together, Mary J Politics, I think that has got more views internationally than it has anything else. You know what I'm saying? It seems like here in America, it's oversaturated when it comes to American artists. And you really got to have a following.
You gotta be doing something new. Like I commend Filth Cat for doing the Republican rap and doing the more conservative shit, because that's not happening. You know, not many artists are trying to be Republican. Everybody, they want to be political, but they want to be liberal. And that's fine, right? If that's what you feel, that's fine. But I commend him for going the Republican route, the rap route. I think it's smart. Just like many years ago, I told women, I said, the best thing for you to do, you need to be raunchy. That is what women need to do. Women were like, no, I want to be more conscious. Nobody want to hear that fucking shit. It's not because you're a woman. It's just because nobody want to. It's not time for that. You can't become conscious yet.
That's what Biggie told Lil Kim. I'm gonna be honest.
You got to be dirty, and then we'll take your conscious shit. Like if Cardi B came out, so if Cardi B came out with a gospel album in a couple of fucking months or a couple of years, it would be accepted. It'd be like she changed. She's now a mother. She can do, the whole image can change because of that, but it can't. We need a reason for Cardi B to have a gospel album. She come out with a gospel album and then she become a hoe. It's gonna be like, oh Lord, what the fuck happened with you? You ain't finna have Mary popping pussy, nigga. You ain't finna have that. You're not finna have Mary popping pussy, bro. Yolanda Adams is not finna come out, you know, shaking her coochie, nigga. That's not finna happen.
They just have some red bottles. They some blood and shit.
Yeah, Shirley MacLaine coming out. Doing that shit.
Oh shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Now don't get me wrong. There are some female rappers that do speak that conscious, and trust me, they do it so well. But that's because they probably are learning a lot about themselves and they learning how to change. You know what I'm saying, in the process. You know what I'm saying?
I think there's room for it. I'm not saying that there's no room for it. I just think that, you know, what people, when you're doing music, you're not doing music. You're doing music for two reasons. You're doing music either to become a star, you want to become a hip hop face, or you're doing it for the love of hip hop. You enjoy doing this, so you want to do it for that. But if you're doing it for that, then you don't care nothing about stardom. You're just doing it because you want to be, you know, tight. You like your style. You got all that going on. That's what's up. The people who want to do this to be famous, man, that conscious shit ain't on. Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. You better be Doja Cat. You better go out there and rap a bunch of nothing.
You know, and I think that's one thing I learned about. Is it Havoc
from Mobb Deep?
Mobb Deep. It's not Havoc. and Havoc is the producer.
Yeah.
Prodigy.
Yeah. Okay.
Prodigy said he knew knowledge long before he started rapping, right? But he said, I have to give the fans what they want first before I can actually feed them the medicine. And he said, even in some of the tracks of, if I'm correct, the album The Infamous, you know what I'm saying? He lets you know that some of them lyrics is conscious, like that one song with what you call Illuminati, watching over my body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
The bars that he used in Who Shot You.
yeah. And so it's like, I get it. Give the fans what they want, give them what you feel they deserve as far as, what they like. But then, you got to have some substance about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to evolve, and you got to learn how to
I mean,
have.
do you really though? Today, do you really? These artists don't have to have substance. All they gotta do most of the time, the music is for women, right? Or young
Mm,
girls or kids, right?
mm,
The women aren't listening to bars. The women aren't listening to consciousness. They're not listening to that. They're not listening to that shit. They're listening to shake that pussy, pop that ass. Who got throw some bands on this, or what's the one? He got a big dick or something, big dick energy or some shit. That's what they listening to. That's what's more. They popping their pussies, having a good time. So, do you really need to have substance right now in hip hop? I mean, do you see any of these artists having like long careers? Like we're gonna be saying, "Oh my God, 20 years from now, the baby was a pioneer in hip hop." I mean, realistically, I mean, do they really need to have substance and change? I mean, for what?
yeah,
What's the point? I mean,
right.
they're not making any long lasting. Realistically, the only artist today that I see who has a long career ahead of them is
Mm,
probably Doja Cat and Lizzo.
that is a good point.
Because when Lizzo gets done doing the rap stuff, she
Uh
can
huh.
still promote fatness, and then she also can still go out and sing. So she's versatile. She can do the national anthem.
How you
She
spell versatile?
Versatile. So she
Oh,
can
okay. Thank you. I
so
appreciate
she can do that. She can go out there and uh she can do that. She can change her image and become someone new. Doja Cat can do the same thing. But Megan Thee Stallion, I mean, once this is over, take them big old thighs and do. She can come over here.
it. Oh boy, made me choke on that smoke. Oh yeah. Okay. God damn. That was a quick response.
I mean, she can come over here. I got something for her to do.
Okay. All right.
Some food in that fridge. It'll be cooked.
Who got some? Fucking up so much. Fucking up some muffins.
Yeah, that's right. Shit.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I don't see many of these artists doing anything past this. I think that's the sad thing about most of them. There's no potential. They have
I
no
don't
potential to do
think.
anything else.
I think what it is there's no stamina for the long haul.
No,
Like,
I mean, think about it, dude. In '96, we could all see that Tupac was going to be in movies. We could see that.
mhm.
We all could see that. Okay, this Biggie guy, he could possibly, you know, with this Junior Mafia shit, do his own thing. Nobody, I'm not looking at the baby and saying, you know what, in 20 years, that guy is going to be the CEO of Microsoft, or he's going to come up with a great idea that's going to revolutionize the industry. He really might, right? But I don't see that shit.
Yeah. I mean, you got to look at it. Me and you been in radio for what? 7? No, 6 years. I've been in radio for 7. Okay, and have branched off into other segments. On my radio show, and you have too. And there have been many other Facebook lives, many other music review shows that
Yeah,
I've watched,
yeah, they've come and
and
gone.
yeah, have come and gone.
Yeah,
Not that, and I'm not knocking anybody. Okay, trust me when I say this, because if you are any, especially any affiliation with Mike the Nickel Radio to the Frequency, I mean, I'll come in your chat, say hi, listen for a little bit, and I'll probably be most of the time at work, but at least chime in. You know what I'm saying? But I have seen since then, these last 4 years, that it's like it's a struggle to get back into what you actually love. And I'm not saying you're not supposed to be about money. What I'm trying to say is if you don't truly love this shit, okay, and being able to impact people, show love to people, genuineness to people, you know what I'm saying? You always just got to be about the buck. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have no true love for the craft. It's not in you for real. You know what I'm saying?
well, yeah, I mean, we did random radio 5 years, doing just music,
Mm-hmm.
no other shows. We did that shit for free. We played artists from all over the place. I think that's why we got so much music, was because of that. The fact that it was just free, right? We wasn't charging. We wasn't asking you to send us no money. If you wanted to send a donation, you could. But I think that, the money is, and I see some of the comments. I don't know if it's the youngsters or if it's a failure to be about money. I think that became, that became promoted as a part
Right.
of the whole, thing with hip hop. It became a thing to do. I remember when me and Phil's Cat would go around, he would do shows, and cats would be like, that's your artist. And I'd be like, yeah, I'll play manager. Yeah, that's my artist. Man, you should let me do this. Y'all should sign up for this. It's $700. And I'm like, man, so it's how much is it for one artist? It's 700. How many artists you got on this? Oh, I got 13 artists. Damn. So the 700 goes towards what?
Mm-hmm.
Right? They start breaking down what shit goes towards. I mean, I know numbers. I know how much shit costs. So it's like, so in
Right.
the end, you paying rent. You just paid your rent with this money. We didn't all gave you money to help you pay your motherfucking rent. Go get you a fucking job, man. Best Buy is hiring. And stop being a broke bitch. But I started peeping in. Hey, it's a hip hop hustle. So if you gonna pay for beats, studio time, if that's something you want to do, then you need to know that you don't have to pay for beats and studio time. Everybody can fucking purchase Acid Pro and Cubase. It don't cost shit. And
No.
you can get yourself a little mic, and you can start recording at the crib, and you can start mixing that shit down, get you some plugins, and there you go. You got you a real studio.
Yeah, and start learning. It's gonna
I
frustrate the
mean,
fuck
yeah,
out of you.
you can spend $500 and have everything you need, and you can upgrade from there. But you don't have to spend money like that for studio time. People be talking about buying beats. I got a buddy who talks
Oh,
about buying beats and all that shit. I always say you're not buying a beat. These people are leasing the beat. You're renting the beat.
hold
They don't
on.
own the beat.
Right. Hold on. She said when you interview an artist and they can't answer the questions on their craft, you can tell it's about the money because their answers ain't genuine. You damn right.
But that's true,
Yes. Thank you, boo.
right? I mean,
Thank you, boo. You
that's
said
true.
it right. Yes, that
Yeah.
is so
That is very true. Yeah. But there are artists like that because that's been promoted. That has become a part of this whole hip hop thing. So
it's part of the marketing. It's part of the
it's a part of
marketing.
it's a part of what is now called hip hop.
Mm.
is unfortunate. Like, for instance, doing random radio, I had an opportunity to speak to many artists of different genres, country artists, rock artists from the UK. Dog, these people aren't doing this for the money. Now, I'm not saying all of them ain't. And there's some I met. The whole thing was about fame. I'm trying to get famous. I'm trying to get a deal. So, okay, they're probably gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? What's seven folds? It was a cat we used to do, seven folds, something like that. He was an artist. Forget his name. He was a rock artist. He wanted to be a pop artist. He wanted to be popular. He wanted to be successful. He wanted that. There was a cat that we did. He did pop music. He did kind of like R&B pop music. He was on The Bachelor. He wanted to be a model. He wanted to be the face of something. So I think that if that's what they want, that's what they go for. But I think if people want to be hip hop artists and they don't want to do it for the fame, or they don't want to do it for all that, they should just continue to do it for the love and fuck all that other shit. I know it's tough to say because you see cats getting money, or what appears to look like they getting money, but I trust me, them motherfuckers is in debt. A lot of them is broke.
Mm-hmm.
They are not living the glamorous life. They wish they was Sheila E. They wish they was Sheila E. God damn it.
Now, when it comes to podcasting and radio, I've seen people make wise decisions in their life when it comes to doing Facebook Live. You know what I'm saying? Maybe certain things are for a certain time. I will say that. They are. You know, some go for longevity, some just let to know, be like when to cut the break. You know what I'm saying? If ain't nothing happening. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But still, when your passion um starts igniting in you, and you start realizing that you really have a true knack and a true vision and a true uh purpose in what you are doing, then I think it's more about how much you really love doing what you do, because that's what's going to make it more impactful in the long run,
Right.
because you put in so much work, you put in so many years, and you're like, should I quit? Should I, you
Well,
know?
I think that all the time, right? We I do the show. I understand that a lot of the things that we do on random radio, random things you need to know, is very controversial. We talk about topics about race and exposing the different hypocrisies that's going on in politics. I know it's not popular. I know it's not something that people want to hear. That's part of the reason why we put it on all these different platforms and we still give it out for free. But I think about that all the time. Should I continue to do it? What's the point in doing it? Is anybody even paying attention? But hey, I take time off. Like I take a lot of time off. I figure like, man, we got so much content up there. You can get lost in shit for hours watching random radio and random things you need to know. So I come back every once in a while and I'll do some stuff. Like we got some stuff coming up this week about, Jesus. Was Jesus the snake in the Garden of Eden? Find out. It could be. Who knows? Random things you may need to know.
Oh shit, this will be an interesting topic here, bro. I like controversial shit. I do, because now everybody don't like this uncomfortableness. Yeah, you should be able to make money to do whatever it is that you do. Whether you like working for a job, whether you like working for a corporation, whether you like working for yourself, yeah, it should be able to pay the bills at a certain time, certain part of the month. People want this, what you call so-called fast success. Are you really thinking about the longevity of what you doing, what you creating, what you trying to bring to the table? Because as you can see, the dynamic of America is switching. Technology is at its highest. Well, I can't say at its total highest, but it's at its highest that it's ever been. Information is more available now, and it seems like we just accepting what we're asking for and what we're being handed. You know what I'm saying? And I think we gotta have a little bit more of a heart for people. You know what I'm saying? Help you understand some shit so that you can be like, okay, maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. Okay, let me look at the pros and cons. let me finally sit down with someone and just consult. But I wouldn't just consult with anyone, someone on your level, someone in your vibe, someone in your energy field of knowledge and how you feel about yourself. You know, you got to be confident and you want to be around confident people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think this is a great opportunity for everybody to hear what they really want heard versus sugarcoating. Okay. At
Possibly.
this, yeah, because I honestly, America a bitch right now.
What do you mean by America's a bitch?
America is a bitch. I mean, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no fight back, there's no pushback. You just handing over power. You know what I'm saying? Even artists handing over power. Some of them have actually gained her power, like Nita Baker. She just got her masters back. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on that. Many of
Yeah.
them are starting to get their masters back. You know what I'm saying? Because they understand that these companies hold so much shit. But then again, you gotta, like I say, you gotta dig deep.
Well,
Gotta dig.
once again, what they're doing is not illegal. It's not wrong. It's a part
Mm,
of the business. It's something that artists need to understand. People need to understand that. Whenever I hear people say the industry is bogus, they scamming, they robbing people, it's not robbery if it's a part of the shit. That's nonsense. It's not robbery. It's the same way how there are incentives with sports contracts. There are also stipulations on whether or not you'll get your full contract in different sports with different sports venues organizations, because NFL is not always guaranteed contracts like the NBA. But there's all these things that are just, the music industry is no different than any other industry. You need to read your contract, know what the fuck it says, know what you're getting involved with, and all of that. The thing
mm,
the thing with podcasting, and
mm-hmm,
that I just think is just interesting, is that I think that at some point this is just taking the place essentially of talk radio. Like, talk radio once existed, and I don't know about you, but I used to listen to talk radio. I used to listen
mm-hmm.
to some of that shit. And
I
so
did.
talk radio is dying. And so that's all podcasts are doing, is taking the place of talk radio. And so people have an opportunity to reach different people in different areas through these platforms. This is all good until they figure out a way to start boxing little guys out of this. Which it seems like they're doing with iTunes and Spotify, where you can get Joe Rogan and all that. And
Yeah.
and that's unfortunate, because you can't have the idea of a podcast is that two guys from, Rochester, New York, can sit around and talk about video games, and they can have their peers or people who want to hear that shit listen to that and chime in, and it's all good, But now it's not even that; it's some bullshit.
Keith Light said it's robbery, but moist people don't read the fine print.
I think I think he meant most. I don't think he meant wet ass people. I don't think he meant a bunch of wet niggas just sitting in the fucking sitting in the. I think he meant most. Unless he did mean moist, I don't know.
Hold on, I gotta pull
Maybe
that
it is.
comment up.
Maybe it is some wet men. Just a bunch of wet men. Just wet ass men sitting around, wet as hell.
He said it's robbery, but moist
I think he means
people.
most. I think he means most. But it's not. I have to disagree. I don't think it's robbery because it's in the contract. It can only be robbery if you did not know.
It's moist. TMI. We gotta go out.
Yeah, I'm and that's where you should leave it, and then we'll pop back in next week. Cause I'm going to
grab,
go eat my steak and eat my potato and
grab him by the pussy.
my broccoli. Yeah, yeah. I'm about to go eat that shit that Megan Thee Stallion just made for me.
Uh-huh. That big dick energy.
They- that's what's popular. That's what's popular right now.
Oh, wish Jesse was in the chat room. Jesse will love this one.
All right, so this is every week.
Next week we're gonna go to YouTube, bro.
Okay.
Next week. So everybody, we will be on YouTube next week. Same time. We have been live for 2 hours. Um, is there anything else you want to tackle, bro, or anything you want to put out there?
Yeah, make sure everybody goes and watches Random Things You Need to Know at YouTube and BitChute right now. You can also go to the Random Radio Facebook page and you can click on the links, like all the little pictures. There's a picture like a big booty chick. They're talking about some racist clothing. There's a picture of like some Roe versus Wade stuff, telling you about the truth about Roe versus Wade. It is. This is true. It's true. It's true. It's true. And then you all can watch the Random Things You Need to Know, and you can get upset with me for telling you things that you needed to know, that you probably will be mad at me because you didn't want to know those things, but your ass know them now, and now you can't take it back. And we'll have new episodes this week. We've been away for a while. We moved into a new location, so now we're in a new little spot. We have new episodes coming up. Like I said, this week we'll have an episode about, is Jesus the snake in the Garden of Eden? I don't know. I can't tell you if it is or not. I can't tell you here. I'll tell you on my show though.
Hey man. I enjoyed this, bro. We gotta, see what happens, man. See how people respond. I think this is a good start. You know what I'm saying? Um, and really, it is about great vibes. Hold on. She said great vibes with y'all. Yeah. Um, it's all about a vibration. It's not about if we right or if we're wrong. I think it's more so about bringing it to your attention. Yeah, you should be about your money, but at the same time, you're a human being. You know what I'm saying? You need to know, you need to know. You feel you got rights, you got rights. If you don't feel like you got rights, then hey, we're gonna teach you your rights. And if you don't understand the Constitution, we understand that. You want to talk about music? Let's talk about music. But let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? It's time to be uncomfortable. Okay. Everybody want to be comfortable. Everybody want to be entertained. This was entertaining, but at the same time, that's on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? This is a friendship.
Well,
So
and it was, everybody was comfortable because we didn't talk about anything too pressing. That's why people should probably go and watch Random Things They Need to Know first, and then they should come back. I guarantee you, people won't be as nice next time. They'll be like, "Oh, that motherfucker's rude." Okay, I see what this is. He was all cool on the Mar2 show. Okay,
right. Like motherfucker, he set us up.
Yeah, all right.
You know.
You over here saying shit like, "Okay, I see what he on."
Because them motherfuckers, they gonna be listening.
Good.
Trust me.
Good. Then make sure you go watch and subscribe and tell your friends and debate with others with my facts against your feelings. I love it.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comment section.
Right. Now, I gotta let everyone know this is the introduction. Okay. This is the introduction before we even allow people to get in the box. We want you to get to know us first. That's important. You know what I'm saying? How we think, why we think. We didn't always agree about everything, did we?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
I don't remember things that you didn't disagree with me about.
Okay, see, neither did I. You know what I'm saying?
They probably were insignificant.
Right.
Like Mar2 likes mushroom pizza or some shit. I don't
know. That's some bullshit. I'll tell you that, bro.
Oh, well, there you go. So there you go.
Mushroom soup. Shit. I barely like mushrooms or anything cooked. Shit.
I see. There you go.
So yeah. That's only on like fettuccine and noodles and shit.
Fuck that.
Right. I
All
barely
right.
even do that.
All right,
But
Mark. Yeah.
until next time, bro.
Yeah.
And
I'm eating steak. I'm eating steak. Everybody go have a steak.
steak.
Motherfucker, you alive. Go have a steak. If you don't eat steak, go have whatever it is you eat and imagine it's a steak.
Yeah.
Candy.
Even if
Tofu.
it looked like a what you call that?
Vegetables, right?
Tomaz.
Somebody got some vegetables. Just eat your vegetables like it's a steak. Get you a fork and a knife. Cut that shit open. Eat that shit like a king. Eat that shit like a king.
And fuck up some muffins.
And fuck up some muffins. And have a good night.
All right, y'all. We're signing off. Love y'all. Peace.